Hello friends, this is Dr. Purna Prasad. Welcome to the Art of Thinking on the KOTT channel. The two greatest contributions from the land of Bharata, now called as India, are Ramayana and Mahabharata. Ramayana and Mahabharata are not religious texts. They are historical representation of a culture that gave the foundation to the Vedic way of living, that basically exposed the wisdom of the ancients to us that is applicable even to this day. Many people are not aware of it. So if you take Mahabharata, the reason it was composed and presented, it was just to expose that experiential evidence that the rishis got because of the way they led their life. And author Vedavyasa presented it in a way which actually was timeless. Everything that you experience today in terms of people's behavior, societal's bias was present even during the time of Mahabharata. And that is the reason the cream of Mahabharata, which is Bhagavad Gita, is applicable even to today's life. There is nothing mesmerizing or magical about Mahabharata. It is life. But the beauty is, it is not only the outside life, it is what happens inside us. Mahabharata happened around 4,500, 5,000 years ago. But this Mahabharata has been happening in every human being from times immemorial. So it's very simple. There are 5 good elements and 100 bad elements. In the center is your consciousness, the gut which tells you. The Pandavas basically represented those good traits any human has in order to serve the society. They called it as dharma. And these 100 miscreants that all of us have, that makes sure that none of the good traits that are propagated by the Pandavas can sustain itself. And in the center is somebody who actually removes the darkness caused by ignorance. And the name that actually removes the darkness and negates the ignorance and provides knowledge is called Krishna. Krish means darkness, Na means no. It can be a person, it can be a force, it can be a thought. That is the crux of Mahabharata. It is the experience of the self, the experience of the society, and the bridge you build in order to be a good contributing citizen from the self to the society. And that is how Krishna describes the dharma in the Bhagavad Gita. As simple as that. Why do we basically look at it as a very holy scripture? One reason is it has stood the test of times. It has stood the onslaught of critics, both good and bad, for thousands of years. And if you open the text, it is applicable even to today. So when we look at both Mahabharata and Ramayana, the art of thinking should be an unbiased approach to learn the experiential evidence of the Pandavas and the Kauravas and its final result in the establishment of the dharma. Through what? Through knowledge. What's the name for knowledge? Krishna. Now the beauty here is, it has got three attributes. It is true because the experience never dies, cannot be falsified. Second thing, it is knowledge. Third thing, it is applicable to the entire universe. It was applicable in those days, it was applicable today. Hence, the beautiful Sanskrit phrase, Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahmam. Brahmam means knowledge, universal knowledge. With this type of a background, an introduction, a prologue, Vedavyasa introduces you to practically look at the handbook for a good living. That's what Mahabharata is. That's why it is called as Mahabharata. Bharata means something which is very heavy, very vast. And again, the cream comes when Arjuna gets into trouble, like all of us, where even though he's a scholar, ignorance shrouds him. The cloud of ignorance comes through. And here is the inner conscious, Krishna, opening up that curtain and lighting up the reality in front of him. In our life, what we fight every day is a battle. We win some, we lose some. If we win, we enjoy the benefits of that winning. If we lose, we learn the lesson and make ourselves better. That is life. Winning, losing. So, Krishna says, Arjuna, I cannot assure you that you are going to come out of this alive. I cannot even assure that I will come out of this alive. But this fight for the greatness, for the sustenance of the societal values, for the greater good, needs to go on, because that is the morality on which the entire fabric of humanity is based on. That is called as dharma. When we protect what's right protects us. Hence the statement, dharmo rakshati rakshitaha. And we see the evidence of this during the First World War, during the Second World War, and during our fight against very evil forces like terrorism, like those miscreants whose action troubles the entire universe, even its existence. That is dharma. Some people may say, US should never have dropped an atom bomb. The act of dropping the atom bomb is neither good nor bad. But what is important and what actually decides if that act was for the greater good is what was the notion behind it, what was the reason behind it. Thousands of soldiers were being killed in the Pan-Asian warfare during the Second World War. The only way to stop it is to give a death blow in order to save people from dying. And when you look at the bigger picture, as Krishna says, dharma needs to be protected because dharma will protect us. Dharmo rakshati rakshitaha. This is the art of thinking Vedavyasa brings while unraveling the epic Mahabharata and the Bhagavad Gita inside. It has nothing to do with any religion, any sect, in fact, any ethnicity. It was given as a Vishwadarshana for the entire universe, not just for the people in India or Bharata. That's why when Krishna shows the entire gamut of knowledge as a single plane of glass to Arjuna called Vishwarupa, it was for the universe. It was the unraveling of the truth to the entire universe. Had nothing to do with religion, but had everything to do with spirituality and the humanity's truthfulness, and that which saves humanity. And that was the art of thinking of Veda Vyasaru while composing Mahabharata.